What is up, awesome people? And welcome back to my Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire walkthrough. So on last episode, we found ourselves a non-DexNav exclusive Pokemon that can be caught before the Elite Four, and that is Bagon, who can only be found in one particular room in Meteor Falls, and that of course is the room where you find TM02 Dragon Claw, which makes Bagon pretty hard to find if you don't know or haven't played the original games and weren't aware of that fact. Bagon, as I also mentioned in the last episode, is actually a really good contest Pokemon to go through with, especially for cool contest. I have actually gone through and done Master Rank with Bagon, not on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but I did do it back in the original games with Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald. Bagon actually got me all the way through to Master and absolutely smashed Master Rank as well. And as I said, give me about a week or so as well, and I'll probably have a few contests walkthrough episodes up as well once I do figure out how to do the whole Pokeblock thing, which has actually changed in this gen, which is kind of annoying because I did quite like how Pokeblocks were made back in the old generations, but I guess that's how it goes, hey. Anyways, in this episode we're going for again another non-DexNav exclusive Pokemon that can be caught pretty much at the beginning of the game if you're lucky enough. But in the original games, this Pokemon was pretty hard to find, I will admit. There's even a harder Pokemon to find on this route as well. But now, thanks to the DexNav, it's a little bit easier to catch. And I will make one particular note here already. I have actually caught this Pokemon, so don't be too surprised if I find this Pokemon pretty easy. But even if you haven't caught this Pokemon, it's still pretty easy to find with DexNav. I actually found it straight away when I first walked into this route, which I completely blew my mind. So my mind was on the wall as soon as I found this Pokemon, and that of course is Ralts, the very same Pokemon that Wally finds. Now it might be actually worth picking up yourself a female one and a male one, as this generation you're actually able to get a Glade in this game, and you actually are given the very same stone to evolve a male Curlier into Glade, and that is of course the Dawnstone. I nearly said Duststone, I'm not too sure why, that's for Honchkrow. Anyways, Wally, when you're defeating for the last time in Victory Road, actually does give you a Dawnstone. Now that will actually help your male Curlier evolve into Glade. So that's why I do suggest picking yourself up a female Ralts and a male Ralts. Male Ralts, don't quote me on this one, I'm pretty sure the male Ralts are a little bit harder to find. They were in 4th generation, not too sure if that has changed. I haven't actually gone and checked my stats here on Cerebi. But if that is the case, just might be prepare yourself to go find yourself on a bit of a wild goose chase for a male Ralts. Alright, so as I've already mentioned, I have already caught myself a Ralts, so I won't use the DexNav to find my Ralts. I will actually do it the hard way that you're supposed to do it. I just gotta be careful though, so it will pop up as a Pokeball caught Pokemon for radar instead of a non-caught Pokemon. The other Pokemon that is quite hard to find on this route is Surskit, who is on only 1% chance of being found outside of the DexNav, of course. As I already mentioned in this series, once you have a Pokemon on your DexNav, it is a hell of a lot easier to find. I'm pretty sure that was a Surskit just then. I'll just double check. Yes, it was. It was a Surskit. There we go, that just shows how easy they are to find once you have the DexNav. But I'm looking for a Ralts in particular, so I'll probably just do Surskit. And maybe do Surskit, I don't know, I did cover it in the walkthrough as well. That was a Lillipup, and again, Lillipup can be found on this route as well. And that looks like it was the only DexNav exclusive that I've already caught. That was Mascarin. Oh, look at that, I found myself a Mascarin. Again, that is a 1% chance of being found as well, I do believe. Alright, so we're looking for Ralts. I'm not too fussed now about Surskit or Mascarin because I just found them then. So yeah, you just use DexNav and they pop up like an absolute cinch. As you probably just saw then, I found both bloody Surskit and Mascarin, and Surskit's supposed to be a 1%er. Anyways, Ralts is only 5% chance if you're walking through the grass. Something will... Bloody hell, Surskit, stop proving me wrong about how rare you are. I'm just going to go through the grass, bugger it. Let's do some grass searching. Alright, Zigzagoon. Might actually speed up the process if I do go looking in the grass. I also bought some more Max Repels off screen as well because I was running a bit low on Max Repels, which do make the DexNav Pokemon a hell of a lot easier to catch as well. was a C dot, which is Omega Ruby exclusive. If you're playing Alpha Sapphire, you'll get Lotad instead. Same deal with on Route 114 as well. Oh, look at that, you little bugger. You're supposed to be a 1%er, now bugger off. Far out. 1% my ass. I found you instead of Ralts. That makes no sense. Ralts has got a higher percent chance of being found. Well, I just threw all my percentages out the window. That was a Wurmple. I had to think there for a second what it was. Wurmple, bugger off. Oh, look at that. I found one in the grass anyways. Alright, so I may have to do a little cut here because Ralts may be a little bit hard to find. So I'm going to do a little time lapse. So I'll see you guys when I've actually found a Ralts. Alright guys, sorry about the little time lapse there. It took me about 10 minutes to find this Ralts through radar, but eventually one did eventually pop out without having to use the dex nav. So when Ralts does pop up, you'll be able to know it's a Ralts because you can see its head pretty obviously like that. You can find it through walking grass, but mine just popped up through radar, which was awesome. So what you're going to do is sneak up on it, and you'll be fought into a battle. So this one had Synchronize and it had Growl. Wasn't anything too special about this one. The only reason why I do know this is because I've already caught a Ralts, as I've already mentioned, and my dex nav is pretty average on this Ralts anyway. So I'm just going to catch this one for the hell of it, just to show you guys. I kind of wish it had something special on it though. Ah well, can't win them all. I think the one I caught when I first found it was Modest with Synchronize, which is very, 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 very handy because Synchronize, if put in the lead of your party, will actually give your wild Pokemon a 50% chance of having the nature that that Pokemon has. So if I did use that Modest Synchronize Ralts, there's a good chance that the wild Pokemon that I caught would have Modest, which is very handy when it comes to breeding. Anyways, now that we've caught Ralts, we can actually go for the dex nav and find ourselves a few more. And there's another one. This one's got Growl. It's got no stars on potential. It's got Synchronize, level 3. So this one isn't anything special either. That's alright. We'll just bump into it. I'll try and rack up a bit of a chain for it. My search level is currently at level 6 as well. So we might be able to find a few of these a little bit easier than what I have with my other Dex Nav exclusive episodes too. Right, that's down. I think that Ralts I just caught then was male as well, which may make my life a hell of a lot easier. Alright, where are you? No, I'm going away from it apparently. Around here. This one's got Disable for its first move, and it's got Trace, so that's pretty good if you're searching out for a... Well, not really. If you're using DexNav, that's kind of put Trace to absolute bitter shame. You can actually tell what it's got before encountering the Pokemon. Unless, of course, you're doing a soaring catch where DexNav isn't available to you or anything like that, that might come in handy. Otherwise, not worth it. Let's kill off that one. And Disable's not exactly a great move either. I will put it out there, it's not a great move. You might be able to pick up better moves for it. I've actually found a Synchronize Ralts. Yes, try saying that one 3 times. And we saw ourselves another one. So as I said, the higher the level your search level is for a particular Pokemon, the absolute easier it is. Oh look, this one's got Skill Swap. That's actually pretty handy. Then again, actually, I will take that back. Skill Swap is quite handy. If you are going for Horde Pokemon, Skill Swap is particularly quite handy to have. There are some Horde Pokemon only, or Horde only Pokemon. When we get to Route something with the Cycling Road, I do believe it's Route 110. There is a Horde only Pokemon there. It would be one of the, it's either Minor or Plusum depending on your version of the game. I will need to have Skill Swap on that my Ralts or something that has Skill Swap to be able to find a particular ability on that Pokemon. Especially if you're looking for like, well, I scared it, bugger, and it had something on it too. Well done, Catherine, well done. Let's try that again. And now it's going to pain in the bum. This might be karma for running up on it. And that was a lily pup. Go away. Alright, there we go, there's one more. Ah, it's got nothing on it. The other one did. I missed it. Alright, we'll make this our last Ralts. Alright, out comes Skeptile again. And it's got Trace going for the Overgrow. So if you do want to find yourself a Pokemon with Skill Swap, I suggest Dex Nabbing a Ralts. As I said, it's very handy for Horde Pokemon if you want to find out what ability they've got. Especially if they're a high level Dex Nav Pokemon. I don't think that actually counts though for Horde battles. But anyways, that's how you catch a Ralts, guys. It's actually pretty easy if you're using Dex Nav. It will eventually pop up on your Dex Nav. As I said, I did have a little bit of trouble this time, but the first time I went into this route, Ralts was actually the first Pokemon I found, which is ironic because I'd probably never be able to pull that off again. So yeah, Ralts pretty hell easy this time round in this version. As I said, it was an absolute pain in the rear side to find in the original. Same with Surskit, but that popped up in this episode anyways, and Surskit we found on quite a few routes anyways. So I may not cover an episode on Surskit because you did see it in this episode. Plus, I did show it in the walkthrough as well. So yeah, thank you so much for taking the time of your day to check out this episode. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out my previous How to Catch series episodes, as well as my walkthrough for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And in the next episode, we'll be going for a Dex Nav exclusive Pokemon that can only be found once you have the National Dex and have beaten the Elite Four for the first time, which again will be on Route 102, so make sure to tune in for that one. So until next time, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!